Okay guys, here we go. Today, I'm not really sure what I'm doing in this video. It's kind of a wrap-up and kind of not, because it's not really the whole month, because a lot of the things that I read this month, I read out of the library, and so they've all been given back. But I do have a stack of things that I've read that haven't been from a library, and I thought, I don't really have enough to say about these to make a whole video, so I'm just going to make a video talking about them quickly. So the first one is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. I got this from the library right before Christmas break started for school, because I needed something rather large to read over the break, and I finished it rather quickly. Yeah, it was the second time I read it. I like it a lot better than Twilight, actually. The next in my stack, this isn't the order I read them in either. This is just kind of the order they got stacked next to me. The next one is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. You may remember this from my Christmas haul. I've read quite a few books from my Christmas haul already, because I have nothing to do as it's Christmas break. So, I read this. I was excited to read it when I started, and then I read it, and I realized that I was kind of not liking it. Now, don't attack me or anything, because I feel like a lot of people do like this, but I felt like there was a lot of really okay feelings throughout it, and then there were some dark, bad feelings in it, and there wasn't really any happy, excited, everything's fun, we're just gonna have a good day feelings. There wasn't a, I'm gonna have a picnic and everything's perfect day feelings anywhere in this. It was mostly just, for me anyway. I mean, other people, I'm sure, love it and can find those moments, but I didn't really get into it. The next book on my list is also a book that I was rereading. It is Gene Roddenberry's Earth Final Conflict, and the book specifically is Augur's Teacher by Sherwood Smith. So, I think this is based off of some sort of TV show. I'm not entirely sure. This is the only book of the series or, like, thing from the TV show that I've ever seen or heard of. So, it's kind of just a standalone thing for me, even if it is a series. Anywho, it's kind of sci-fi in the future stuff, where aliens have kind of come in and taken over and invaded, and life went on, and this is kind of after that, I guess. I really like it. It's a cool book. I read it a lot. I reread this sometimes when I'm just looking for something futuristic spy thriller action-y, because that's kind of what it is. The next book on my list is also from the Christmas book haul, and it seems to have lost its jacket somewhere along the way. Weird Things Customers Say in Bookstores by Jen Campbell. It was quick. It was a quick little read. It was pretty funny. I liked it. I like this. I'm probably going to keep this book and just have it on a coffee table somewhere in the future. Another book that I read, Just a Geek by Will Wheaton. His kind of memoirs of growing up out of being that guy who was on Star Trek when he was a kid. And kind of accepting that his acting career was over, basically. I mean, it was kind of witty, and it was fun to read, and I felt like he was being pretty honest about himself and his past, so that's cool. Finally, in the things I have read but do not have a lot to say about, Harry Potter Page to Screen, this giant thing that does not fit in the screen as well as my face. This is actually a really heavy book, like I'm pretty sure it's at least 10 pounds. Despite that, I still took it with me just about everywhere while I was reading it, because despite it being like a documentary of a film, there are quite a few pages that have only words, that are like all words. So, it did take me a couple of days to actually read all of this. It's full of beautiful pictures and information and like inside scoop stuff that you wouldn't know otherwise. And it's like the perfect size to just like hug it while I'm sitting here. I don't know, it just is. So, I actually really like this book, and I'm going to keep it forever. It's got really, really interesting information about, like, costuming and the locations and sets and stuff, and the special effects animations, like, processes for getting all of that together for the movie. Okay, so that's basically what I read over the past week, actually. I read all of those in a week, and I am not ashamed. Okay, so then I'm also in the middle of The Edge of Nowhere by Elizabeth George. Is that even the right way? It looks the right way. The Edge of Nowhere by Elizabeth George, the one that I've showed in my Christmas haul video. This one will probably get a full review because I have some things to say about it. The other two books that I finished over the last week that will get a full review are Digital Fortress and The Sherlockian, both of which I've mentioned in a previous video. So look out for those. That's the end of this video. If you liked it, then you can, you know, like or subscribe if you want to see more of me. If you want to know more about any of the books that I mentioned, why I like them, why I didn't like them, specific things, then you can leave me a comment. Yeah, I think that's it. Bye!